All right, everyone, we are live and we are going to get this webinar kicked off in just a moment. I'm excited to be here. My name is Jeffrey, webinar host for Sellsy, and we also have Eric Elliott from Nifty Images here as well today. And we're going to get started in just a little bit. Once you're in the webinar room, please let us know where you're from, your state, your city, your country, your business, and maybe throw your LinkedIn in there, maybe your social handles or your website. Also use this as a networking opportunity as well. And again, hope everyone is having a great Thursday, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are today. All right, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get started for today's webinar. And again, webinar topic today, create personalized and engaging content this holiday season. I can't believe we're already talking about this. And here it is, September. And so we're in the holiday season, getting ready to get even further into it. And really excited to have Eric Elliott, the Director of Business Development and Partnerships with Nifty here today with us. Cannot wait to dive. Yes, thank you. No, thank you for taking time out of your day to be with us and engage with us today. And again, thank you all for taking time to attend our webinar today as well. So I know I already asked this a little bit earlier, but for anyone that joined us just now, what city are you watching from? Let us know in the chat box, and also let us know your name, your business, and also what you're most excited about learning in today's webinar as well. Okay, and while you're going through that, you're answering this question. And like I said, this is just a great time to get engaged and also network as well while you're in the webinar room for the next little bit. Like I said, my name is Jeffrey Brown. I'm a webinar host with Sellsy. I love hosting webinars, love engaging with our partners, but also love hearing new content as well. So I hope you all have your thinking caps on, your question caps on, and you're ready to dive into this webinar in just a little bit. But we're also here. Thank you, Sellsy, of course, for hosting this webinar. And I love what Sellsy is doing right now with how they're revolutionizing email marketing. And how many of us, let us know in the chat box, how many of us personally use email day in, day out? You know, let me know in the chat box if you do. How many times do you even check your email, right? I'm constantly checking my email and I'm constantly like getting pinged. And sometimes I'm like, well, is this better just to chat or is this better just to get into an email? But also using it for my side hustle as well. So really excited about all the ways that Sellsy is helping us revolutionize our email marketing strategies, especially coming from a person that has not that much email experience myself, but slowly learning and slowly using it as well. And for today's webinar, we'll be going over, I feel like, three main components, and then I'm going to turn it over to Eric. But we're going to be diving into how to create unique visuals, images at scale, you know, delivering the right message to the right person at the right time, and also improve engagement, click-throughs, and conversions. And I'm excited about this as we're getting even more personalized through the holiday season. I think that's one thing that sometimes we lose sight of is we're thinking about, oh, the next sale or the next dollar. Instead, we have ways that we can make the holiday season personalized for every single person. And every single person that gets an email or they get something sent to their inbox or they see a message, they feel it's personalized towards them. So I think that's one way that we can, at least one message I'm already getting from this title and from this webinar. I'm excited about that as well. And also, like I said, while we're in this webinar, take the opportunity to ask questions. We're going to be answering those questions at the end of the webinar with whatever time that we have left, but also use this as a time to network as well. So that is enough from me. I'm going to now turn it over to Eric Elliott from Nifty Images.
Yeah,
Eric.
thanks. Right on. Very excited to be here. Thank you guys. Thanks everyone for joining. What we're going to do here is kind of talk about ideas and creative ways that we can create personalized and engaging content this holiday season. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, it's going to be kind of feature rich in regards to what I'm going through. But hopefully the idea is to get you inspired to start using some of these features, not only for the holiday seasons, but in every opportunity that you communicate with your audience. So kind of getting into it quickly, I kind of wanted to just introduce myself and Nifty Images. Obviously, my name is Eric. I've been with Nifty for the past 6 years. I have a very interesting role in that I work both on the sales side and the partnership side. So I have a very intimate approach with, onboarding new clients and building and fostering those relationships with other partners, kind of like Sellsy. In regards to what Nifty Images is and who we are, we've been around for the past 9 years, which is pretty crazy. And the owners of Nifty Images, they all have a background in owning an email marketing solution. So during that time of ownership, we noticed a lot of gaps in functionality when it came to, things like dynamic content and email personalization. So what we wanted to do at that point is build a solution that took care of those voids, and we built Nifty. And when we did that, we wanted to keep a couple of core things in mind. One is we wanted to make it so that there were no integrations. So moving forward, if you decide that Nifty is something for you, there's 0 integrations that are involved. No IT development is needed. It is incredibly easy to use, and I think that speaks volumes, especially for us marketers that work with a new solution and we fumble through it. Nifty is very intuitive, very user-friendly. And then the last thing to touch on, which I feel is pretty important, especially in today's climate, is we're very affordable. So we didn't want to be just that, that solution that only, top 1% of companies could afford, where we're able to do the same thing. So affordability is very, very huge for us. This next part, a little tricky, so bear with me on this. This is, how does it work? So, right, we have an idea, and how does it work? I overcomplicate this sometimes, but to keep it simple, it's just an image URL. So what we're doing is we're taking data that inside of this image URL that you can see here. So I'm using the name merge tag in the top that's highlighted there. And then with that, I build it in Nifty Images, I copy it, I paste it into any existing template within Sellsy. And now the experience that the user gets is their first name, right? Very basic, very simple. But whatever feature that you guys decide to use, it's the same premise. It's just an image URL with a merge tag. So that's essentially how it works, and it's pretty simple in all. This is a brag slide. This is just a brag real quick about Nifty Images. We're super proud and honored to be working with some of these brands. We're becoming a household name in the world of personalization, and I think we're at like 1,400 or 1,500 clients right now. So again, just to let you know, we're a very reputable company that's trusted by some of the top brands in the world. All right, so now we're getting into it. So variables in an image. How does this kind of work? Again, any Sellsy merge tag that you have, you can use, and we can layer that on top of any custom graphic design work that your team has, or you could even use templates within Nifty Images as well. But the idea is that we're taking data and we're layering that onto an image where we can create a very unique visual experience for our subscribers. Now, for the folks that are on the design side, there's going to be a lot of customization that's going to be at your fingertips for font, for size, for positioning. So we're able then to translate that into something that's very, very interactive, that's very engaging. And speaking of the word engaging real quick, we want our audience to be engaged with the message that we're sending. And the way to do that is to be relevant. And something that I actually read a couple days ago was that half the emails that marketers send, that retail marketers send, get deleted within 5 seconds. And that's shocking. We've understood that that's a problem. So if you have less than 5 seconds for them to either engage or not engage, let's give yourself the best opportunity to do that. And what we're doing here is we're using a merge tag, a database variable, a first name. So we can see here kind of throughout all these slides, I've highlighted the different arrows where you're going to be able to see where we're able to pull in the attention of the reader by putting their name in. And you can see down here, I included the Stars Play one because it's a custom font, and everyone's going to have their own custom font that wants to match with their branding. We can see it's Sidi Muhammad, and we put it in there, we tilted it, we made it look really cool and kind of spooky visual effect. But we want you to get creative when it comes to how you want to apply these data points into your image. Last name on a jersey for a soccer club, first name on Manscaped on the card that they're offering. Again, simple things that carry a lot of weight as far as pulling your eye in, pulling your attention in. Samsung, right? We're using, again, first name, pretty simple, but it's pulling you in above the fold with the person's first name. And this is at scale. So we send this email out one time. You don't have to segment. You don't have to create narrow defined audiences. You send this out and everyone will get their own unique experience. So we talked about first name. Is it more than just a first name? And the answer is yes. It's really whatever data that we're able to harness from Sellsy. And we could take that data and then we can then translate that into an image. Where if we look at Sleep Number, a company like this, there's 7 pieces of data that we're personalizing this image with. Name, enrollment date, right, points, reward status, refer status. When you do things like this in an email, the customer feels as though you're talking to them and not kind of at them, which is very, very important when we're sending out bulk email, especially at scale. So again, think about the data that you have, think about the data that you know, and then be able to use that in a creative way where you can create these visuals like Whoop did here, where we're looking at our recovery percentage. We're looking at a chart that we haven't talked about yet that goes to 73%. We can see our heart rate value of 123 and then our average heart rate, which is 64% higher than normal. Again, little bits of data that you can put inside of an email to really create an uplift in the message that you want to send. Another one by Flickr. The reason I chose this one is because we're not only able to pull in data points, we can pull in images too as well. So you can see here, we're looking at, the most popular photo of the year by this particular person. So now we can send out one email campaign to, our million subscribers, hopefully if you have 1 million subscribers. And everyone gets their own most popular photo along with all the other data points that you have on them. So we touched on, obviously, variables in an image, pretty simple stuff. Now we're going to kind of shift gears into countdown timers. This is going to be one of the most heavily used features of this time of year. The reason for it is that it obviously causes users to act. And something that I like to tell my clients about, especially in the holiday season, is that scarcity increases perceived value. And if you think about that, as we as consumers, if we feel like something is not going to be there for a long time, it's going to move the needle a little bit. Obviously, there's FOMO, and if you have kids, you probably know all about FOMO. And we're visual creatures. TikTok, Instagram, all these things that we capture our attention for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever it is. Timers create a visual sensory experience where we see it counting down, and that does something psychologically to us to make us want to interact with that email campaign. And as you can see here with these timers that we have for Christmas and Black Friday, these are going to be opportune times to put in a timer whenever you can to really get those subscribers engaged with the message that you want to send. And the thing with these timers too is you can choose to use different fonts, colors, positioning. You can splice it with other images. So there's a lot of customization and flexibility you have with incorporating a timer into your campaigns. Now, the timers that we looked at, those are going to be static timers. So those are counting down to the same date and time that everyone opens those emails. Obviously, there's going to be options where you can do time zone offset in different languages and so forth. But when we talk about dynamic countdown timers, this is going to be a timer that's unique to the user. So it could be when your trial is going to expire, when it's your birthday, when it's your anniversary, when you're going to be traveling. So as subscribers get this at scale, they're going to get their own timer that's specific and relevant. And that's the key word, is we want to make it relevant to them, right? A lot of people are going to be traveling this holiday season. We want to make sure that maybe they know exactly when their flight is going to take off or when they're able to book into their hotel stay. So again, I definitely encourage my clients and people I talk to, if you have the ability to collect data, we can use that to your advantage downstream. This is kind of cool. So we have an integration, if you will, with Photoshop. So for the folks that use Photoshop, you're now able to harness all the custom effects, everything that Photoshop has to offer, and you can then take that and build a very unique and very one-of-a-kind only countdown timer. And you're going to see here, there's going to be a lot of ways that you can use different layering, different effects, different positioning. If we want to not make it in line, we want to just change it. This gives you the ability to make that timer completely on brand with exactly the campaign that you're looking to send. So again, you can do some very static stuff within the system itself within Nifty, or you can go into Photoshop, and designers can knock themselves out with a bunch of effects that Photoshop offers. So we now have the ability to take a look at the data that's been captured, and we can create these very personalized experiences with that data. But there's also the device and location and other known characteristics that we have where you can still heighten that experience. One thing is going to be device targeting. We know what type of device that the subscriber is going to be opening on, so we can show different images based on that device. You can obviously have different links within each image. Something that is really used a lot is going to be these two buttons down here, right? If we know that they open on an iPhone, we want to show the Apple App Store button. But if they open on an Android, we want to show the Google Play button, right? So these are small little tweaks that you can apply to your campaign where you can really increase the relevance, because again, if I'm on an iPhone, I don't want to see the Google Play button. Again, very simple things that you can do to create wins downstream with your clients. Another one is going to be, since we're able to detect where the subscriber opens that email, we can show a map of the closest location. Anyone that has a brick and mortar store, I know it's kind of they're flying off, not really happening as much. But if you have, if you're like a store like Untuckit or a smoothie store or whatever it is product that you're selling, if you have some sort of, presence, a physical location, it's very smart and very easy to take a map, put it into your email, and when that person opens the email, we can show the closest McDonald's or Starbucks to where you open that email at with Google driving directions. We can also see calendar events, right? So we want to put the appropriate link. Webinars, this is a great one. So all my clients that send out emails that they have webinars, the subscriber that opens the email based on their email client would get either add to Google Calendar or maybe add it to, their Outlook calendar. So again, it's simple things that are very easy to add to your campaigns that increase that relevancy, moving forward. Now, the next thing is going to be, sorry if I'm not talking too fast, am I? I feel like I'm just going on. Good? All right, guys. You got me. So variable-based images. What are variable-based images? This is being able to show a specific image to someone based on the logic that you create. Everyone shouldn't get that same experience because they all interact with your brand or your company different. So if they're interacting differently than others, maybe they get that different experience. And that's what we're doing with variable-based images. Something that I like to use as an example is just loyalty points. So this is great for reward programs and loyalty points, especially this time of year. We know how much maybe money someone has spent throughout the course of the year, right? We're going into the holiday season. We know how many loyalty points that they have. Maybe if someone is interacting with my brand and a repeat purchaser or buyer, we want to give them that 40%. So if they have over 500 points, give them the 40% and the free shipping versus someone that maybe has not interacted with my brand all year long. Maybe I'm giving them the 20%, or flip-flop it. You could say if someone's not interacting, give them the higher discount. The point is that you're able to change the actual visual experience based on the data that you have. So you can give everyone their own unique kind of creative experience. In this case, we're looking at, different images based on viewing patterns and viewing habits, right? If I get this email, mine's probably, football, hockey, a bunch of sports related stuff. So again, take advantage of tools like this that are going to give you the best opportunity to be relevant. And something like this example, we are swapping out the background image of this Brazilian gentleman in the flag, the first name, and then someone who's from Argentina or their club is Argentina. They would get the Argentinian image with their name. Again, all we want to do is let people know that we hear them, we know who they are, and we're giving them the right message. Moving into charts. Charts is great because you're going to be able now to show a live representation of personal data. So if someone, let's say, goes to your account and they maybe don't fill out maybe 3-step form, maybe it's like part one of a 3-step form, you could shoot them an email that lets them know on a graph they are that far along in the process. And we could see it's something like this with a company that I work with. You can show how many points that person has and also a graph to go along with it. And And then you could even say, once they reach 100 points, we can swap this image into a call to action where it's, buy one, get one free or 50% off. So charts and graphs are a great way to create a visual stimulus with your client, with our audience that's looking at these. Now we get into like the really nitty gritty stuff, which is a lot of fun because now we're talking about real-time images. Real-time images typically are going to be used by some sort of a data source, and that data source is going to allow us to pull in real-time content and real-time images the moment someone opens that email. This is great for things like abandoned cart, right? I'm sure we've all experienced that where we've abandoned a cart, an email gets sent, and then we get that right back in front of us, maybe with a deeper discount. Same thing with recommended products. If I'm browsing a website and I click on a couple of items, we're able now to pull that data back into an email where we can say, hey, these are some other similar products that you should be looking at. This is going to be great. If I go back real quick, during this time of year, take advantage of that consumer because we're all going to be shopping. Everyone's going to be shopping at this point right now. So typically people are going to your website. They're looking for the best price, the best discount, maybe a different color, whatever that case is. Use that opportunity to take that data that you've captured and put it back in front of them so that you don't lose them to your competition. Because again, this is when customers are going to be shopping for family members and friends and so on and so forth. Another idea is to be able to show the most recent television programs, right? Again, just an example, but to give you an idea. So if I was to close this email and maybe open it in a couple of hours, this image would be completely different with new and updated shows that would be relevant to the time that I opened that email. Same thing with real-time betting odds, right? I don't know if we bet during the holiday season, but I'm sure it spikes up pretty good. This will show real-time betting odds the minute you open this email, right? Again, real-time images. This is great. We're looking at live weather based on IP. The beauty about doing something like this, where we can show weather-related products based on the open time weather, is that if you're a company and you are selling, I don't know, clothes, someone in Florida probably doesn't want that new jacket that just went on sale or those new down pants that went on sale. So we can create these rules and logic that say if it's above, 75 degrees, show sunblock and shorts and some sandals. But if it's under 50 degrees, that's when you want to show those jackets and pants and clothes. So again, increasing the relevancy based on the weather. API-based images pulling in real-time flight information. So again, as soon as this is updated, we're able to pull that data in, and the subscriber can see, if it's $59 to rally, if I open this in 10 minutes, it could go up to $65. It could go down to $49. But again, the idea is to pull it in real-time image and content. And then the last feature that we have here, because I've been talking a lot, hopefully you guys are not bored and still with me, but we have live polls. And this is probably one of our most exciting features that we have. It's brand new, and it is the best way, in my opinion, that you can engage with your audience and your subscriber base. And it's done in a very polite way. The beauty about these live polls is that we're now able to interact with our audience so that they get this email. They can let you know what flavor that they want or what type of color matches their personality. They're willingly giving you that zero-party data, and at which point you can create tailored marketed sends to them moving downstream. So again, if there's something in the effect of like, what is my favorite sport, and I choose baseball, it's probably wise for the company to continue to market to me with baseball-related content. This is a great feature. You can put this in your emails. You can collect valuable data on your subscribers without them knowing. And again, it gives you the best opportunity to market to them downstream. Going into pricing, not really going to say too much on this other than we do have month-to-month plans and annual plans and all that stuff. You can find our pricing here at niftyimages.com/pricing. If you have any specific questions about pricing, feel free to reach out to me. It's just eric@niftyimages.com. I'd be more than happy to talk to you about it. But the beauty with this is that we don't nickel and dime. There's no extra cost for licensing or support or training or strategy calls. It's literally just based on the impressions. I won't get into that because that's not fun stuff to talk about, even though it's pretty affordable. But it's all there for you. And then with client support, you can see here it's 7 to 5 Pacific Standard Time. If I'm able and around, if you shoot me an email, I'm getting right back to you along with my staff. So client support is for the life of your account, you have our dedicated support. And thank you guys so much. Hopefully I didn't lose any of you guys.
Oh my gosh, no. And I know we also wanted to bring in, I think you had an offer as well.
I do. Should I start the offer? This is,
Yeah,
how do I
I
do
got
publish?
that for you.
Can you put that up or do I put it up? Sorry, guys.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you're good. I just put that up. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Offers. Can we see it or how do I do? Oh, okay. I guess it's there. Awesome. Perfect.
And let us see. Let us know in the chat if you can see the offer, and click on get your free 10,000 opens as well. Just let us know in the chat, like, so we can both confirm.
I still see the Sellsy slide up on my side, but for anyone when that offer comes, if you take advantage of the offer, a little about it, you get 10,000 impressions for free. You get either me or my staff dedicated to your account, and we will talk to you about your goals. We'll talk to you about what you want to accomplish with any use cases, and then we'll kind of show you the right tools to use. We're really excited about that. So if there's anything we can do to help out, just let us know.
Awesome. And again, thank you so much, Eric. Like, whenever you were going through your presentation and talking about the different techniques, and especially like being personalized, and I'm like thinking back on some of the stuff I get, I'm like, yeah, this is very true, like very spot on. So it's just really eye-opening, but also like great to pick up some really useful tips and tricks. No, thank you.
Yeah, it's really about relevancy. We want to be as relevant as possible because, again, if it's not relevant, it doesn't resonate. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't convert. So we want to be relevant.
No, you're spot on, of course. I mean, yeah, just looking at that, I was like, wow, I was like, it really is the holiday season right now. I was like, I felt all of this to my core. I was like, oh, this is like making sense right now. But again, thank you. And really quick, as we're about to get into Q&A, we're going to go through like a couple more things. But the slide says, how can Sellsy help you achieve the best results? And when I think about it boiling down to like just one complete thing, is that Sellsy has all the materials to help you get started with email marketing. Like I said, it's helped me, whether that's from automation, whether that's all the way to Z, like how to build a list, design, like test that campaign, set up authentication, avoid spam traps, which I know we all fall to. It is true, and like maybe some legal traps, things like that. So just remember about the campaign optimization. Not only that, but like I said, the automation, the integrations. But I think one big thing is just remember that Sellsy's mission is to make intelligence-driven marketing tech, and to make it like affordable as well. And I think coming from someone that knows not that much about email marketing while still learning and getting a grasp around it and using it personally myself, is it's for all companies and individuals, whether you have 2 people on your team, whether you have 1,000 people on your team or in your company. So just really make sure that, when you're looking at Sellsy, that it does believe in every business and every person. So as cheesy and corny as that sounds, but it is true. And like we said, like it's very affordable, and anyone can use it. So I'm going to do a couple of more offers really quick here, and then we're going to get into, if I can think and talk today, and then we're going to get into Q&A as well. And hope everyone, again, is having a great Thursday. You're taking down some great notes as well. So we're going to start this one. This is just one of our offers today about trying Sellsy today. So you have that offer right here. I'm going to leave that up for a little bit. We're going to dive into our Q&A. So a few questions, and one of them is Sellsy suitable, from Carla, for those with a really small email list, 500 contacts? I would say yes. That gives you a chance to be even more personalized, I would say, with a smaller number, and then therefore be able to grow, especially for someone with a smaller list, but also someone that may be just starting out in the email marketing world as well. No list is too small for Silsey to take on. And also, speaking from someone that was inexperienced with email marketing, I think it was a good starting off point as well. Okay. This is a question from Michael, and Michael asks, any specific industries that benefit the most from using personalized timers?
Yeah, I get that question. Thanks, Michael. I get that question a lot, and the answer is not industry based. It's use case based. So with B2B, with B2C, with different verticals of education and retail, it really doesn't. I haven't seen an industry thrive over another industry because of a timer. I think that if there's a use case to apply a timer, that's when you want to use a timer. But I mean, unless he's going from like the automotive industry into the retail industry, you're gonna have to let me know. Otherwise, you could email me or shoot me a personal an email. We could talk about kind of the direction of that question. But typically, no. Every industry pretty much kind of performs the same. It's just use case and projects that we want to apply those timers to.
Thank you. And thank you, Michael, for asking that question. This is from Carla. Carla asks, can these merge taps be applied in any ESP or just in Silsey?
We're Nifty Images is ESP agnostic. So thank you for the question. It's a great question. And whatever solution you choose to use, you can use that respective merge tag, and that will work within your template. So you can use any ESP that you decide you want to work with.
Okay, and we had gotten a question sent via email a little bit earlier, and this question is, what are 3 things that can be benefited from personalizing emails and making that experience personalized? What are like 3 benefits, whether that's like ROI?
ROI is going to be obviously ROI at the end of the day. That's the finish line. So, but it's how do we get to that finish line? And I think benefit 1 would be we want to create engagement, right? We want to be relevant, and if you're engaged and if it's relevant, it's going to get you to the finish line where it's going to convert and you're going to get that ROI. Also, in this day and age where we get so much email from consumers, I mean, shoot, I just got Instagram, and as I'm going through Instagram, I'm looking at a hat I like, and then I go and fill out my email, or shoes I like and fill out my email. So now I'm getting all of these emails from all these Instagram retailers, right? I'm getting a lot of emails. I think we're all getting a lot of emails. Those emails don't carry weight unless it's something personal that I have. So an advantage, or what was the question? It was
the advantages of personalizing your email and personalizing.
The advantage that marketers, the advantage for marketers when they send out personalized emails is that they are now speaking at scale to their audience that's relevant and appropriate. And I'm not getting, high heel shoes or flats or anything. I'm getting, and they're speaking to me in a way that wants to make me interact with that brand more. Doing things like the time of the day and the day of the week. So, if it's a Tuesday when I open an email, it might be nice to say, hey, happy Tuesday, Eric. These are similar shoes to the Nikes that you wanted, right? So it's little things like that that make me feel like it's a conversation and not just a communication piece.
Thank you so much, Eric. And again, we still have a few more minutes. So any firing questions that you do have, please put those in our Q&A box. I'm going to remove this offer that we had up about like trying Silsey for free, and then slating our last one before we round things out for the day. Just again, a huge quick thank you to everyone that's attended our webinar today, that's asked questions, that's engaged with us in the chat box. We really do appreciate it. And this is our last offer, from Silsey. If you're seeking assistance, just know that our team is going to take the time to work with you as well. Again, we still have a few more minutes. Please put those questions in the Q&A, If you cannot think of any, like usually I am that person in class, like, nope, I can't think of anything right now. Feel free to email us, reach out to us, and we will find the best answer for you and point you in the right direction as well.
Yeah, again, and thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate it, Jeffrey.
Yes, no, thank you, Eric, for taking time out of your day to hang out with us and be an amazing webinar presenter. So we really do thank you. And Nifty Images, we really do thank you so much. And again, hope everyone has a great Thursday, whether it's your morning, your afternoon, your evening for some of you. Hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, and have a great weekend as well. And if you need anything from us, we'll be here same time. Well, not same time. Well, yeah, same time, same place, different topic. But again, thank you all. Hope you all have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. And we'll see you all here next time. Thanks, everyone. Have a good one.